walking tour in Munich. Thankfully for us, they were recently deported back to the U.S. for reasons unknown.
Oh.
Please welcome Dakota Pariset.
Yay!
Hi. Thanks. They didn't like my acting in Europe, so hopefully it works in Chicago. I'm just going to do a couple acts for you. My first piece is going to be from Richard Greenberg's play, 3 Days of Rain. My father died of lung cancer at the age of 38, even though he was the only one in his generation who never smoked. I was 3 when it happened, so of course I forgot him instantly. My mother tried to make up for this by obsessively telling me stories about him, this sort of rolling epic that trailed me through life, but it ended up being mostly about her, which was probably for the best. Anyway, it went like this. My mother, Maureen O'Malley, back then, moved to New York in the spring of '59. She was 20, her parents had stayed through a year, and she arrived with a carefully thought out plan to be amazing at something. Well, a year went by without much happening, and she was miserable because she was afraid she was going to have to leave New York and move back in disgrace to Brooklyn. So early in the morning, after a night when she couldn't sleep at all, she started wandering around the city. It was raining, and she had her umbrella, and she sat in the rain under her umbrella on a bench in Washington Square Park and felt sorry for herself. And she saw my father for the first time. There he was. She said this devastatingly handsome man, and that was an exaggeration. He looked like me. And he was obviously, miraculously, even more unhappy than she was. He was just thrashing through the rain, just pacing and thrashing until all at once he just stopped, and he sank onto the bench beside her. But not because of her. He didn't know she was there, and he didn't have an umbrella, so my mother shifted hers over to him. Despair, my mother told me, can be very attractive in a young person. Despair in a young person can be seductive. Well, eventually she got tired of him not noticing this wonderful thing she was doing for him, so she said a little too loudly, "Can I help you? May I be of help to you?" Because he'd been crying, and man, he jumped, and he shrieked, but he stayed anyway. And they talked, and I was born. The end. Okay, so my mother was telling me the story for about 10 years before it had occurred to me to ask, well, why was he crying? You know, what was my father so upset about the first time he met you? I never knew. She said he just told her he was fine, and she took him to breakfast, and I guess she kind of gawked at him. And the more she gawked, the happier he must have felt, because at the end of breakfast, it was as if nothing had happened, and they were laughing, and my mother was in love. And the worst day of her life had become the best day of her life. She's hardly ever home anymore. She travels from city to city. I think she's looking for another park bench, another wet guy. It's okay. Hope she finds him. I'm going to do a classical monologue now. It's actually from the very popular William Shakespeare play, Star Wars. Part the fourth. Verily, a new hope. Once more under the trench, dear friends. Once more. The death of our dear friends we see today, and by my troth, their souls shall be avenged. I was not angry since I came to space until this instant. Aye, strike us down and we shall rise again. Thou shalt know the power of the force, thou brute, thou empire, full of hate and evil deeds. Our cause is not alone for these good men who here were killed today. Our cause is not alone for those on Alderaan who died. Our cause is for the truth, for righteousness, for anyone who e'er oppression knew. It is not a rebellion for the sake of once. It is not a cause to serve a privileged few. This moment will resound in history for every person who would freedom know. So Biggs, stand with me now. And be my aid. And Wedge, lie at my side till we lead the charge. We happy three, shall fly into the trench with throttles full. Thank you. You all thought George Lucas wrote that. In the vein of doing a dramatic and a classical, I'm going to attempt to do a comedic monologue now. This one's from Zolidis. If you've ever heard of him, he's really popular among the high school one-act scene. I am in high school. This one is actually a little more adult. The name of this one is Shit Man, I'm Dead. So I'm dead, right? The glowing tunnel, the flashing lights, the whole bit. And then the next thing I know, I'm right outside these two pearly-ass gates, resting on these little fluffy-ass clouds. So, I'm cool. But I'm wondering, like, what the hell's going on? And then I see them. It is these two angel dudes waiting outside, all dressed up in white-ass robes and shit. And they got these, like, wings, but different, because these are, like, dinky-ass angels. Like, the kind that got on green cards and shit. And they're watching. So, I'm cool. I'm looking around, and I sort of float over to him. I'm floating because I'm dead, like I told you, right? And the guy on the left opens up this big-ass book and licks in it. And he goes, you don't belong here. Okay. Okay. I'm cool. I kind of float a little bit closer to him. Just closer to him. Closer. Bam! Down he goes, right to the fluffy ass clouds. But the other guy's charging me. So I think fast that this is heaven, right? That means I can have anything I want. So, pow! I got an Uzi in the one hand and a hot chick in the other. And I unload on the motherfucker. Down he goes, right to the fluffy ass clouds. Serves the fucker right! Tell me I don't belong here? So I kissed the chick, shoulder the gun, and walked through the gates. Well, heaven pretty much looks like Southern Ohio. So, peaceful ass rolling hills and these happy fucking trees. There's angels all over the place, just strumming on their dinky ass harps and singing all this hallelujah ass crap. The music just sucks. How many times can you play the same fucking chord? It sounds like my grandma screeching over there in the corner. I'm not having any of this. I fired my gun into the air. I got unlimited bullets because I'm smart, right? To make a long story short, I gotta bust a couple of heads. But pretty soon, I'm head honcho of the joint. I'm laying back. I got naked virgins feeding me grapes. The whole bit. Who should appear? but His Immortal Highness God. I'm not scared of this guy. This looks like this old ass guy with a white beard. They're kind of like Santa Claus, except bigger, and the red suit. He's wearing one of them white ass robes like everybody else in the fucking joint. Except the virgins. They were naked. So God comes up and He says in this big, high and mighty ass voice, "Why have you disturbed heaven?" I'm nice and calm. And I kind of drift a little bit closer. Just a little closer. And then he fucking caught it! The Lord saw the fucking punch and he caught it! And then he jumps back and he pulls out these nunchucks and they're like whipping around him real fast. And then he starts doing all these backflips and shit like Kato from those Pink Panther ass movies. So I'm backing off because the Lord's like badass, and then whack! He hits me with one of those flying spin kicks and lays me flat, and I'm down, but I'm not out. And I just lay there and I just wait for him to come just a little bit closer. And then BAM! I throw a handful of sand in his face. God falls back screaming, and then the naked virgin jumps on his back and grabs him in a chokehold. So I'm just wailing away on him. Tell him away! And then, just as the big guy's about to go down, out of nowhere comes Jesus riding this badass flaming chariot. Jesus looks kind of like Alan Alda, except he's got a beard. Because he's Jewish. So, I think fast. I train my Uzi on him, and I blow the King of King full of holes. Jesus goes down right through the puffy-ass cloud. Son of God, my ass! The problem is, God took the goddamn naked virgin off and laid her out with one punch. So it's just me and the Almighty. But he's still winning. So I grab one of the dinky ass up that was lying around, and I smash it over his fuzzy ass head. God stop. I punch him. Ugh, no effect. Man, this guy's tough. And then he grabs my hand, spins it around, and pulls out this badass rubber chicken. No, I'm not shit. I'm being totally honest. This thing is like 8 feet long, spitting fire and shit. And then BAM! He hits me, and whack! Here I am. I was this close. I was this fucking close. I could have hit the shit out of God. Thanks.